What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got some new Digimon option cards we need to be talking about. We've got 1 green and 2 blue, so let's get rolling, shall we? The green Digimon, or at least the green option card for green Digimon decks, is called Flower Cannon, and it basically does what you might expect. It is a 2-cost card, and it rests one of your opponent's Digimon. That's what it does. You take one of your opponent's Digimon, you put it to rest. And look, putting your opponent's Digimon to rest is kind of good. It's good, but not all the time. Now remember, at the beginning of your turn, the very first part of your turn is the active phase where you put all of your cards back to active mode. Which means if you just rest your opponent's Digimon on your turn, it goes over to your opponent's turn, and then they get activated and you've achieved nothing. But there are 2 very good reasons why you would put your opponent's Digimon to rest mode. Reason number 1, if they've got blocker, you put them to rest, they no longer have blocker. Reason number 2, you can attack them. The rules of the game say you can attack resting Digimon but not active Digimon. So put them to rest. Job's a good un. Yay! Now, we know that green decks love doing this kind of stuff. We can look at Tentamon, an inheritable skill that rests one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 power or less. We can look at Rosemon, whereby if she's at rest, then when your opponent's Digimon attacks, you get to put one of them to rest as well. There's a bunch of them. And similarly, we got a bunch of cards like Mega Kabuterimon. If there are 2 or more of your opponent's Digimon at rest when you attack with a Digimon evolved from it, you gain 1 memory. This is a very green thing to do. And we have actually seen another option card that does exactly this pretty much. So this puts any Digimon to rest. Mega Electroshocker for 3 cost puts any one of your opponent's Digimon to rest. Hang on a second. That's the same thing for 1 extra cost. Yes, it is. But Mega Electroshocker also has the option of resting 2 Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. So when we're looking at Flower Cannon here and trying to decide how good it is, the answer is, would you rather have a cheaper card or better options? Ha, because they're called option cards. This does the same thing basically as Mega Electroshocker without the option of resting 2 weaker Digimon, but you only have to pay 2 to do it. Here's the thing. When this comes out as a security card, it is flat out ridiculous. As a security card, you rest all of your opponent's Digimon that don't have blocker. Now, the timing of this is going to be crucial. If your opponent is making their final attack of the turn, and then they all go to rest, it doesn't really matter, unless there was some Digimon they were hoping to not put in rest mode so they couldn't be attacked, in which case, yay. Because remember, if you rest all of your opponent's Digimon, then they are all fair game to be attacked next turn. You don't, however, rest the blockers, so even if you put the rest to rest, then when you go to attack them, your opponent can block, because their blockers will be saved. But let's say it's the beginning of their turn. If your opponent is making their first attack of the turn, and they hit this as a security card, all of their Digimon go to rest unless they have blocker, which means they cannot attack. Imagine if they've got 4 Digimon and they are ready to attack with all of them and win the game, and then they hit this and then all of a sudden they all go to rest and it goes to your turn. That is ridiculous. As a security card, this is way better than Mega Electroshocker. Mega Electroshocker as a security card just does its main thing, resting 1 Digimon or 2 with 5,000 DP or less. Honestly, I'm playing Flower Cannon over Mega Electroshocker just for the security card option. It is redonk as a security card. Moving over into blue, we have another ridiculous card. We've got Nail Crusher. I love Nail Crusher. You see, Nail Crusher, no, it's a 7-cost card, which is really expensive, though good news, the security effect does say just use this card. And you discard all of your opponent's Digimon's evolution sources. And yes, I have confirmed with the lovely translators over on the Facebook group, this is every evolution source from every one of your opponent's Digimon. Yeah. That is a little bit over the top, ridiculous, broken. We've seen that blue decks love doing this. We know that Zudamon can remove 2 evolution sources when you play it. We know that if you attack with a Digimon evolved from Gabumon, that you get to remove an evolution source. So we are kind of all in on this. And we know that, for instance, a blue Tamer at the beginning of your turn from the starter deck gives you an extra memory if there are any Digimon with no evolution sources. And where Garurumon gives you security attack +1 as an inheritable skill if there are any Digimon with no evolution sources. But we've not seen anything in the blue deck that is quite as... Well, it's the nuclear option, isn't it? This is taking it to the nth degree. This is going as far as you can. This is one card that removes all evolution sources from all of your opponent's Digimon. And of course, things like Garurumon and Matashida that activate if any Digimon have no evolution sources, it is going to be really hard to turn them off after playing a Nail Crusher. Because you play this and then all of your opponent's Digimon have no evolution sources. To get to the point where all of them now have evolution sources is going to be extremely difficult. Firstly, you're taking away all of their inheritable skills. Something like a War Greymon loses all security attacks because all of a sudden it's got no evolution sources. The Agumon goes away such that all of a sudden they don't get that +1000 power boost. For instance, Mega Rangemon goes away, so you don't get to lower one Digimon's power by 1000 when you attack. I could keep going, but I think you get the point here. Your opponent loses all inheritable skills, and at the same time, you activate all of your, if your opponent has a Digimon with no evolution sources, skills, of which blue really does seem to have a lot. It's kind of blue's thing, quite frankly. It's what they do. This is over the top. It's expensive. Now, don't get me wrong, it's very expensive. But I think it's worth it. I mean, if we want to have a look at another 7-cost blue option card, we're looking at something like Cocytus Breath, that is a 7-cost, as I said, but when you play it, you return one of your opponent's Digimon to their hand, discarding all the evolution sources. So it doesn't come down like Gaia Force and just plain destroy a Digimon, but it does put a level, well, whatever the highest is, to their hand, while getting rid of all the evolution sources, which is not a million miles away, which is why it is 1 cheaper than Gaia Force. I prefer this. I prefer Nail Crusher, if I'm honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is a supremely powerful card, and I really do think that this is going to have a huge impact. I keep talking about cards like Gabumon and Zudamon, but I'm also fully aware that trying to take out all of your opponent's evolution sources can be very difficult. I mean, the blue Tamer that's come around in New Evolution, if you play a blue Digimon, you can rest it and then remove 1 evolution source. But if your opponent's got 7 or 8 evolution sources, or if they've got 3 or 4 Digimon, all with 2 evolution sources, it can be very difficult to get one of them down to no evolution sources. That's where this comes in. This just goes boom, done. And of course, as a security card, it just does this as well. I think this is absolutely wonderful. Huge fan of this card. If you're not doing a traditional blue thing of trying to get rid of all the evolution sources, don't play this. But the general blue thing is, hey, look, I'm getting rid of all evolution sources and then gaining a benefit from it. So, yeah, this is ridiculous. And oh look, there is another blue card to use as well. This one is far more straightforward. It is a 1-cost option card. It's called Hellfire, thanks Jason Snowjacks as always for the translations. And it just boosts one of your Digimon by 3,000 power. Simple as that. 1 cost, 3,000 power. As a security card, you draw 1 and add it to your hand. Honestly, I like security cards that just activate. I don't like security cards where, ooh, I get to put it in my hand and then pay memory next turn to use it. At least you get to draw a card rather than just adding it to your hand. But I'm still not loving it. I do think... I want my security cards to activate, alright? That's what I want them to do. One cost, 3,000 power. It sounds like a red card, if I'm honest with you. It sounds like a red card. I mean, just yesterday, or the day before, recently, we had a look at Great Tornado. 3 cost gives you plus 2,000 power and security attack plus 1. And if we head back to the starter deck, and yes, obviously we're still in red here, this is a very red thing to do, we could look at the 1 cost Shadow Wing, which gives you an extra 3,000 power. Oh. Yeah, this is the same as Shadow Wing. Except it's not the same as Shadow Wing, because Shadow Wing, as a security card, gives all of your Digimon an extra security attack plus 1 next turn. That's way better. As a regular card, it's the same as Shadow Wing. As a security card, it is significantly worse than Shadow Wing. Honestly, I'm not loving this. Plus, I mean, don't get me wrong, right? Having extra power is good, and paying 1 memory to get 3,000 power is nice. The ideal situation here is not when you're attacking a security, it's when you're attacking a resting Digimon. You've got a Metal Garurumon. You need to survive attacking so that you can activate yourself again, but you want to attack a War Greymon that's got more power than you. Play this, you've got more power, job's a good one. Because you need to get to 13,000 so you don't get destroyed as well. You can get up to 12,000 and then you both get destroyed, but that's not what you're looking for. In situations like that, this is fine, and it's very much a metagame card. If you are expecting to play against decks where you're going to be wanting to take out resting Digimon with more power than you, this is a good 1 cost option. It's just annoying that it is worse than the red 1 cost option. It's fine, but it doesn't excite me. The good news is, the other two really do. We've looked at some nice option cards this video. But I'm afraid this video is coming to an end, and it's now over to you guys to tell me what you think about these new option cards. So, you know, let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Me nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other games. And do please consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts. We do them every week, incidentally. All kinds of fun stuff. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.